huge in this game, just letting Chris Godwin go make a play.
Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, you're going to punt anyway on the next down, so you got one-on-one with a free safety and one of your better players. Give him a chance. I love it. You know, go up there and make a play.
Let's go to the very next play. Check out this run from Leonard Fournette. One of the best you'll see this postseason. Fournette, watch the spin move here. Boom, and powering into the end zone for the touchdown to put the Bucs up 14-7 after the extra point. That was huge, David.
That looked like the LSU version. I mean, with the spin move that he started to pull out, I mean, that's going to be difficult. You got to worry about the shoulder pads and the elbows coming at you, and then you got a spin move that he's going to hit you with, too. That's pretty good. 6th rushing touchdown in 6 career postseason games for Fournette. All right, let's talk about Davante Adams. 15 red zone touchdowns this season. 9 of them came inside the 5. This just outside the 5, but Rodgers can't connect there. A little back shoulder just misses. Yeah, just missed a great release. I mean, he just absolutely destroyed the corner off the line, but just couldn't hit it.
And here's the play where we were talking about the first half version of it, right? With 5 minutes to go on 3rd down. Ooh, they had it.
Yep, exactly. Exact same play they run at the end of the game. They had it right there and couldn't keep his feet in.
Okay, so the Packers have to settle for a field goal. They get the ball back final minute, trying to put some more points on, but instead, Sean Murphy-Bunting, who's had a terrific postseason, stepping in front of this Aaron Rodgers pass intended for Allen Lazard. Nice hands by the TB. Comes up with it, gives the Bucs an opportunity for some more points. And on 3rd and 3, Brady looking deep for Cam Brate, cannot connect. Now, they would send the punt team out initially, nearly picked off by Redmond there. So here comes Brady back out.
Series, right?
I know, on 4th and 3, and they're going to get it to Leonard Fournette. That's a tough catch by a running back there in between a couple of defenders. So that gives them an extra set of an extra set of downs. And instead of going for the field goal, the long one here, Bruce Arians says no risk it, no biscuit, right?
Yeah, sure. They must have known they were going to play single coverage. Let's go for it on 4th and 3 and see if we can't get Scotty Miller a touchdown. Are you kidding me? Greg Williams, you calling plays for the Packers? What's happening?
Oh, that was huge.
Oh, my goodness. Huge.
Just one-on-one, and Scotty Miller cashes in. Bucs get the touchdown before the half to go up 11, 21-10. Let's go to the 3rd quarter. Same score, 3rd and 5 here for Aaron Rodgers, finding Aaron Jones. First drive of the second half, and it's a fumble. It's a fumble. Jordan Whitehead forces the fumble. He actually did the same exact thing on a very similar tackle on Aaron Jones, but the Packers recovered in the first half. They don't here. Devin White recovers it. Whitehead had forced just 1 fumble in 3 years coming into this game. He had 2 in this game. One of them recovered by his team, and it was huge. Aaron Jones hurt on the play. And then Tom Brady takes advantage, David, to Cam Brate.
Yeah, of course. I mean, and you have the halftime speech, and you're LaFleur, and you're saying we got to get back in this thing. You go out, fumble, touchdown, and look at you. Now you're up 18 points, but you still got Aaron Rodgers, so you got a chance. Yeah,
and that seemed to almost invigorate the Packers' offense following that touchdown. Later in the 3rd year, you saw the play of Marquez Valdes-Scantling. 4 plays later on a 1st and goal. Robert Tonyan, 8-yard score, 12th receiving touchdown this season. And Rodgers has a multiple touchdown pass game for the 9th straight playoff contest. Packers within 11 again. Oh, no. Tom Brady off the mark, intended for Mike Evans, and Adrian Amos has the pick. And here comes Aaron Rodgers once again here, David. And on that next possession after the turnover, let's get the big guy involved. A.J. Dillon, 13-yard gain with Aaron Jones out of the game. You see him there on the sideline. 5 plays later on this drive. This was a long drive. Jamal Williams from Aaron Rodgers. That at 1st down on 3rd and 2 goes for 11 as the drive continues. Tom just sitting there and watching, and here you go. 3rd and goal. David, finally, Davante Adams inside the 5, and they make it count.
Yeah. And I was surprised they went all-out pressure there because they had it kind of covered up the first couple plays, and then they decided to come after him. And just you give Davante a 2-way go. This was huge, too, dropping the 2 points, obviously, at the end. But you give Davante Adams a 2-way go, he's going to beat you.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough cover for any DB. Yep. And Adams, one of the best at getting off the line, shows you why there. And so here are the Packers within 5 after the drop, 2-point conversion. But Tom Brady's going to give it right back. Looking for Mike Evans just out of his reach. And Jair Alexander comes down with it.
And he kind of double pumped, and then the defender kind of played underneath Mike Evans. So that ball, even before he threw it, and he kind of jumped, you're like, that's going to be high. Just knowing from a quarterback position, it was just high enough to get an interception.
Okay, so they'd force a punt. after a sack. And
I just couldn't believe it.
It's deja vu. It's Jair Alexander. It's a pick once again. So at this point, this is crazy. At this point in the game, in the second half, Tom Brady had 4 completions and 3 interceptions. That kind of served as a punt, so it didn't hurt him too bad. And here, I mean, the Tampa pass rush, Shaq Barrett and Jason Pierre-Paul, I mean, they were essentially MVPs in this game.
Yeah, no, they really were. And it was like, you're going to have to deal with that the entire game. So I really question some of these calls. Like, why would you even put them in positions to do that? I understand you're looking for pass interference calls. You want something to happen. But then they come back and they start running some screens. They're doing what the Packers should have done with the football.
Oh, and how about Rob Gronkowski making an impact on his first catch of the game, a 29-yard game. Bucs would add the all-important field goal there to go up by 8, 31-23 on that drive. Oh, but check out Aaron Rodgers connecting here again with Marquez Valdes-Scantling. He was the big play man on the day.
Yeah, that's the throw he tried to make earlier in the first half. He wasn't able to do it, but that one was right on the money.
29-yard gain, 3 plays later, 2:28 to go. Rodgers to Adams, stiff arm in inside the 10 now after the 11-yard gain on 3rd and 1. First 2 downs following that first fall, incomplete for Rodgers, and then on 3rd, again, no shot there to Devontae Adams, essentially double covered. So 4th down, what do you do?
Ah, man, you know, me and you both would have said, let's go. We were going to go for it, but they kicked it. Couldn't believe it.
They end up kicking the field goal, and Brady and the Bucs now trying to run out the clock. And on this pass on a 3rd and 4, see that the back judge had a clear view of Kevin King tugging at the shirt. And while it may not have made a huge difference in Johnson's ability to catch the ball, PI comes out, and the drive is extended, and this would essentially end it on 3rd and 5. Godwin, end around, first down, ball game. Tampa becoming the first team in NFL history to play a Super Bowl in their home stadium. Is the Super Bowl appearance for Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers unable to find the end zone with under 2 minutes, about 2:15 to go here on 3 straight plays from inside the 10. End up kicking a field goal on a 4th and goal there instead of going for the touchdown. And so the Bucs with an opportunity to run the clock out, and that's what they're trying to do right now. As that 3rd down play to Devontae Adams fell incomplete. And Aaron Rodgers forced to watch his defense try to get a stand. They did have all 3 timeouts and a shot to utilize the 2-minute warning, but a late pass interference penalty giving the Bucs a fresh set of downs. 2nd and 7 as it stands. Now we're in a booth review as we welcome you inside our NFL Network newsroom from Los Angeles. I am Rhett Lewis. That is the Super Bowl champion David Carr, and this is NFL Game Day Highlights presented by the Super Bowl halftime show and Pepsi. So now we are waiting here. The Bucs, after the booth review, are going to have, I believe, a 1st and 5 here. And I think at this point, the math doesn't quite add up, David, for the Green Bay Packers. But what they will look back on in this game, a series of missed opportunities, starting with back-to-back-to-back interceptions thrown to end drives by Tom Brady.
It's just crazy, right? You saw the clip of Aaron begging his defense to stop him. You got to get me a stop. And not only did they get him 1, but like you laid out, they got 3 and got the football back. And then what was just mind-boggling to me is we talked about this at halftime, and I know LaFleur wasn't listening because he went right to the shotgun and started dropping back and trying to put, Aaron Rodgers in position where, yes, he can make incredible plays, but every time you got the ball back on a short field or a turnover and you had an opportunity, you just go shotgun and you let the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, whose strength is that pass rush, just come and collapse the pocket. So they ended up not having anything happen. The one time they go down and get points right there at the end, their first play was a run. They picked up 8 yards. And you're like, okay, that's what you want to do. Then they hit the seam to Valdes-Scantling and you get something going. But man, just so many opportunities for them, so many chances. I can't think of another time. I mean, think about this. Brady throws the 3 interceptions, then he has the spike, and he throws away on 3rd down. They end up settling for a field goal. Can you imagine? I mean, any other quarterback doing that in that scenario and thinking that you're still going to win that game? And that's just, he's very fortunate. He's very talented, but he's also very fortunate that did not go the other way and that the Green Bay Packers weren't able to capitalize.
So 3rd and 5 coming, and it looks like they'll be able to, once they run that play, I'll have to do something on 4th down. But, I mean, it was an incredible swing. to start the second half, right? So the Bucs go into the half up 28-10 or 21-10, okay? And then they come out of the half and Aaron Jones fumbles the ball on the Packers' first possession, and the Bucs capitalize, and all of a sudden it's 28-10. You're like, okay, here we go. But man, do the Packers have a couple of answers there, and then it just kind of went cold, as you mentioned. But there were 21 points scored off the turnovers in this game until the Packers could not convert on those 2 interceptions from Tom Brady. And then they get in, to the late fourth quarter here where they're going down 8 at this point here, David, and they go in, they got 3 shots from inside the 10. What did you think of that sequence?
Well, I mean, you have everything you want. You have a chance right there, but it's hard because it's tighter down there. The windows are tighter. Things have to happen, and they went back to the well on a play that they actually ran earlier in the game, where Devontae was able to catch the football, but he was out of bounds. They ran the same play, on third down, but then Tampa Bay covered it up. And they were able to cover it, and Aaron didn't have anywhere to go. He stepped up and possibly could have ran on that third down play. But I was fully expecting them. But I don't know how you felt. I think I have a feeling of how you felt. But I would have probably went for it in that situation because, I mean, you mentioned it. I mean, what does 3 do for you right there? It doesn't get you within 3. So it's not like a field goal is going to get you either tied or the lead in this game. So that was something that was really confusing to me, why they didn't go for it right there.
No, I'm with you on that. And then that also goes back to the dropped 2-point conversion following their touchdown to Devontae Adams. Before that, the drop by Equanimeous St. Brown would have made it a 6-point game. Then you could kick the field goal. Then you're only down 3. But at that point, to kick it down 8 and still be down 5, what did you ultimately accomplish there? Because even if you don't get it, the field position is huge, right? I mean, you're putting them all the way back at the 10. So it's tough, but I believe.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I think Matt LaFleur is going to, when he looks at this game, I mean, as good a coach as he is, and as many games as he's won in his first 2 years, there's just situational things that, I mean, where I used to sit in meetings, and we've talked about this, and I've talked about this in the shows before. I'd sit in there on Fridays with Tom Coughlin and Eli Manning, and we would go over situational football for an hour every Friday. And all of these situations came up, and no matter how good you are calling X's and O's and how good these young play callers are, and they are phenomenal, and there's some good ones out there, this is where you win and lose football games. These are the situations, and you get back to the roots of how you should play football down 4 points, down 5 points. Do you just go into a 2-minute drive? No, you can't do that. You got to stay within yourself, do what you've always done, and man, it's just he's got some learning to do for sure.
Well, there you go, and it is now official. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will represent the NFC in Super Bowl 55 and will become the first team to host a Super Bowl, essentially become a home team to play in their own stadium for the Super Bowl. Welcome, everybody, to NFL Game Day Highlights presented by the Pepsi Halftime Show. Rhett Lewis.